Jack Aronson. Jack is a ball player. He can really hit the ball. I mean, he's hit 18 balls out of Detroit Tiger Stadium. A guy with a big heart, adds a lot of spirit to the team, and besides giving us a lot of healthy food. That Garden Fresh salsa stuff is really good. But Jack is a leader, and he's a great teammate. He is the only guy that brings his own pitcher and hits 100 balls between games. Now, most people I would tell, you shouldn't be doing that. Jack, you shouldn't be doing it. But I don't say that to Jack because pretty much he's not going to listen to me. He's ecstatic about being on our team. And to be honest with you, we're ecstatic that he's on our team, not only for the ball playing reasons, but because he fits so well into our chemistry and our game plan to help others.
People go, man, why, come on, you're 60, when are you going to slow down, I like to do 10-mile bike ride in the morning, about an hour and 10 minutes of strength training. Middle of the day on the rowing machine, 500 pulls. Then I like to hit a couple hundred softballs. Not every day, but twice a week. And my friends think I'm nuts. And one day I want to do this. I want to take 500 swings. And once I get to 500, I want to hit a home run, then I'll be done. I want to see if I can still hit a home run after 500. The most I've ever hit is 325 or 350. But I want to do a 500 one day. And that's just strictly ego. But maybe I'll show my kids and they'll say, look at this guy. I don't know if they'll think I'm very athletic or I'm just crazy, maybe a little bit of both.
The way that he approaches life is just an inspiration.
Jack is a man that is bigger than life itself. He has a huge heart and everybody loves him, especially me.
There's so many stories about my dad, giving to others. That is my dad to a T.
He likes to give. He'll give you the shirt off his back each and every day.
Every time that one door closed, they found a way to open something else. And if it didn't open for them, they went and pushed. I think just growing up, it was such a good learning lesson for us that you just have to keep trying. If you don't have the skills, you find the skills. You find someone that can help you and not be afraid of asking someone for help.
Every player paid their own way to come up here and play for the Boys and Girls Club, and I appreciate every one of you guys.
Well, we started out, of course, in the restaurant, and the restaurant business is very tough, as everybody who has ever worked in the restaurant will know. And we sort of fell into the salsa business. It fell into our laps pretty much, and we just kind of went with it. And we didn't plan on having this company the way it is today. It just happened. We've been very fortunate. Like I said, what goes around comes around. Things will come back to you if you are good to others.
I think the biggest compliment we get is from our friends that have known us 30 years and say, one thing is you got this great business, you're doing phenomenal, but you guys haven't changed. You haven't changed from the day I met you 30 years ago. And I think that's a big compliment, you don't forget where you come from. You don't feel like you're more important than anybody. And I don't. I want the people, our team at Garden Fresh, we have 435. And I never want them to feel that I'm more important than they are in a room. They get as much respect that they give me, I give them, because without them we couldn't have this business. So I think we're fortunate to have that mindset, and we're fortunate to have the means to do it.
I can see it even in my kids where they look to what can we help someone with? Whether it's just being encouraging to someone or a pat on the back or trying to help in some way. That's, we definitely have learned from him.
A month and a half ago, I'm driving home from the gym in Florida, and a guy's standing on top of a bridge on the railing. Now, it's only about that wide, and he's standing there, and he's looking down into the water. And I go over the bridge, and I go, what a knuckleheader. I thought he was a risk taker, maybe. So I go over, and I'm thinking, nobody's stopping, and that's sort of, I'm trying to pass it on to the other guy. Is somebody going to stop up there and see if he's okay? And I'm driving, I'm looking in my rearview mirror, and nobody stops. And the old cartoon, devil, angel. The little guy over here is saying, he's just probably just a risk taker. And you are hungry, and you are sweaty, and it's a beautiful day, you want to get home. So that's part of, it's our conscience. And the other half is, man, that's somebody's son up there. You should at least find out, if he's okay. And I pull up to him on the bridge, and I'm 10 feet away, and I say, hey buddy, you okay? And he turns around and looks at me, and I go, Can I take you out? Can I get you some lunch? He just turns back and stares down at the water. Now the cars are coming over. I'm about ready to get rear-ended as they're honking, and nobody else is stopping, which is, irritating. So I pull down the bottom of the bridge down there by the grass, and I pull over, and I'm trying to get a fishing boat's attention about this guy up here in case he jumps. But I call 911 just in case. I get on the phone with 911 with the deputies, and they say, "Can you keep an eye on him? Where are you?" And he's still there, and she's keeping me on the phone, and I've told her where to go, and of course it's seeming like forever, and I'm trying to get a fishing boat. And then I hear some commotion, and I go, "He's not there." And she goes, "They've got him." But what I'm thinking is, this guy's a risk taker, and he's just standing up there, probably does it every Sunday morning, and the poor guy just got him arrested. And that's the end of that, because I drove away. 2 weeks later I come back, and I told my neighbor about it when I got home. In June, my neighbor says, "You're a hero." And I go, "How come?" She goes, "It was on the news the next day. In Pinellas County, he was going to commit suicide. He had just broken up with his girlfriend and had lost his job. And he fought with the deputies, but when he got to the hospital, he thanked them for saving his life." So, first of all, I was glad I didn't get him arrested meaninglessly, but my daughter on Father's Day just did a really nice post about, her being her hero. That's the most important thing, that they appreciate it, because that's what you want your kids to do, not to be oblivious to what's going on. And I almost was. I went past this guy. So the biggest thing for me, and my kids picked up about it, is to realize things, what's going around you. Give people an extra thought, because I would have been devastated if that news story was this guy killed himself, and myself along with 1,000 others just drove by.
These men that are in their 60s are true champions. Each and every one of them have been through trials, tribulations, and tests. It's their testimony. So now they have this platform that they could truly sell hope. And to sell hope over 60 is that it's not over until he says it's over. And they're truly being a living example of finishing strong.
I played with players that they're not going anywhere unless the sponsor pays for them and they get extra treatment, they get this and that. I'm with 14, 15 guys, and the other 2 had prior engagements. Everybody on the team paid their own way to come up to a place that's gotten pretty bad publicity. It's amazing. These guys, I love these guys for what they've done. I've only been on 4 tournaments. I feel like I've known these guys my whole life. It's gotten me excited again about softball, for all the right reasons.
If the game does not end before darkness, we will have to give some of the players a ride home. They can't all drive at night. So any volunteers can just see me here at the broadcast station.
This group that we just played today, you're talking about a group of Hall of Famers, is what you're talking about. talking about a group of guys that have been doing this game since the early 20s, minimum, all the way up to where they are right now. And the thing about age and the thing about time, you get better with your fundamentals. Everything comes a little bit easier to you when it comes to the game. You're just a smarter ball player. They're the beneficiaries of that knowledge. You know, they put it together, and you see what they're doing. Because unfortunately, we had to be the other side of that butt kicking today. But that's because it's a direct reflection on what they've given to the game.
Number one, they're amazing players, but bottom line is they're amazing people. The way they carry themselves, not only on the ball diamond, but in the journey of life, is something that will stay with me forever. I had the chance to watch these guys have a great time today, from the moment they hit the field to the moment the last player took their last swing and walked off. And the thing that will always stay with me about Team Hollis is the quality of these guys. What they're doing in communities as they connect and make a difference. It's something that will never leave me. I may never meet one of them or see one of them again, but I can tell you what they did today will always leave an impression on me, will always be with me, and in our community and our Boys and Girls Club, it will always stay true.